Have you ever felt like everyone else is moving forward except you? It seems like no matter how hard you try, your life stays exactly the same. You have dreams and goals that genuinely matter to you. But somehow, you never seem to make real progress toward them. Every Monday feels like a fresh start. Yet by the end of the week, you're back where you began. You start wondering if you're lazy or simply not capable enough. Seeing other people succeed only makes that feeling even stronger. But what if feeling stuck isn't actually the problem? What if it's just a symptom of something happening inside your brain? The truth is, most people don't get stuck because they lack potential. They get stuck because of a few psychological traps they don't even realize they're falling into. Reason 1, you're waiting until you feel ready. Many people believe they'll start once they feel confident enough. They keep waiting for the perfect moment to finally begin. But confidence doesn't usually come before action. It almost always comes after taking action. Think about riding a bicycle for the first time. You didn't become confident before getting on the bike. You became confident because you kept practicing despite feeling uncomfortable. The same rule applies to almost every goal in life. Waiting until you feel ready feels safe. But that feeling often keeps you standing in the same place. The people who move forward aren't always more prepared. They're usually just more willing to start before they feel ready. Reason 2, you're trying to change everything at once. Have you ever made a long list of goals overnight? Maybe you decided to wake up early, exercise, eat healthy, and study for hours starting tomorrow. For the first day, it feels exciting. But after a few days, trying to maintain everything becomes exhausting. Your brain doesn't like sudden, massive changes. It prefers small changes that feel safe and manageable. When your expectations become too big, failure becomes much more likely. One missed day suddenly feels like you've ruined everything. That's why many people keep restarting their lives every Monday. They're trying to change too much instead of changing one thing consistently. Small improvements rarely feel exciting. But over time, they're usually the ones that actually last. Reason 3, you're afraid of making the wrong choice. Sometimes feeling stuck has nothing to do with laziness. Sometimes it's caused by having too many options. You keep asking yourself which career is best or which decision is perfect. The more you think about it, the harder it becomes to choose. Your brain starts believing that one wrong decision could ruin your future. So instead of choosing, you choose nothing at all. Psychologists call this analysis paralysis. Thinking feels productive, but endless thinking often replaces real action. The truth is that clarity usually comes after taking the first step. It rarely appears while you're standing still. Making an imperfect decision often teaches you far more than endlessly waiting for the perfect one. Reason 4, your brain chooses immediate comfort. Your future goals are important to you. But your brain cares a lot about what feels good right now. Scrolling your phone gives an instant reward. Working toward a long-term goal usually doesn't. Because of this, your brain naturally pushes you toward easy pleasures. It quietly convinces you that you'll start tomorrow instead. Tomorrow eventually becomes next week. Then next month arrives without much changing at all. This doesn't mean you lack ambition. It means your brain is choosing immediate rewards over delayed ones. The more often you choose tiny actions over tiny distractions, the easier progress becomes. Reason 5, you confuse progress with perfection. Many people refuse to celebrate small wins because they don't seem impressive enough. They believe only big achievements count as real progress. So even when they improve, they still feel like they're standing still. Their brain ignores every small victory along the way. Imagine climbing a staircase while only looking at the top. Every step would feel like you're barely moving. But if you look behind you, you'd realize how many steps you've already climbed. Progress becomes much easier to see when you stop ignoring it. The people who keep going aren't always making giant leaps. They're simply noticing and building on small improvements. Feeling stuck often has less to do with your progress and more to do with where you're looking. So why do you feel stuck in life? It's usually not because you're incapable or destined to fail. You're waiting until you feel ready. You're trying to change everything at once, and you're letting fear make decisions for you. Your brain keeps choosing comfort over long-term growth. And you're overlooking the small progress you've already made. The good news is that none of these problems require a completely different life. They only require a different way of thinking. You don't have to know every step before you begin. You only need enough courage to take the next one, because momentum isn't created by giant breakthroughs. It's created by small actions repeated over and over again. So the next time you feel stuck, stop asking whether you're ready. Instead, ask yourself what's the smallest action you can take today. Your life probably won't change overnight. But one small step today can become the reason your future looks completely different.